Good morning. This morning I'm going to cover question 3.1 of the COS1511 examination paper from October-November 2015. Now, as you can see, the question says, consider the following C++ code fragment. Convert the switch code to a nested if statement. Note, it is not necessary to rewrite the declarations in your exam book. You can only write down the code for the nested if statement. So I've copied the code that they've given, and that has been added here on the right hand side. And in here I've added my nested if statement, but I've commented it out because I want to show you the results of what happens if we use the switch statement, so that you can compare the results of the switch statement to the results of the nested if statement. This way we can see whether my nested if statement is correct or if there's any problems. What I noticed here, and I don't know if anyone else would have noticed while working through this exam paper, is that they have an option here, case 3, and they haven't specified anything afterwards. Now just remember that in a case select statement, the break option is what causes the pausing of the code to execute. So for this case option, I think they're trying to test to see whether you understand what your case select does. And so in this instance, whether the user selected the number of persons to be 3 or whether they selected 4, the same price equals 350 would apply to them, because the break only appears after the case 4. If they selected case 1, then the price would be set to 150, and then there's the break that will cancel any further execution. Case 2, if the number of persons was 2, then the price would be 250, and there's your break, so it would cancel any further execution. Okay, so that's just something to take note of, so that when you see my nested if statement, you can understand where I came with the OR clause, because of this 3 or 4. Just so that you hopefully understand the case select statement. Okay, so I'm going to execute this code, and I'm going to choose the number of people as 3, and then let's see what the output comes. Okay, it's picked up a problem. Price needs to equals 250. Okay, so I'm building and running. Okay, so here's my screen. It asks me how many persons. As I said, I'm going to enter the number 3 for persons. How many days? That will be held in the days character. You can advertise it for 2. Okay, so the total calculates to 700. So in theory, we've got 3 or 4 people, and the price would be 350, and then it's multiplied the days. So 350 multiplied by 2 gives me the 700. So now that we know that case statement works, I would like to just execute what happens if it's 1 and 2 based on also 2 days. Okay, so let's execute our code. Here's our screen. I'm going to say there's 1 person staying over for 2 days. As you can see, there's the result of 300, which is the 150 for the 1 person multiplied by the 2 days, which gives us this cost price of 300. Okay, so we know that that works. And if we try for 2, we've got 2 persons staying for 2 days we've got 500 because we've got 250 times by the 2 days, and that gives us the 500. So we know for a fact that our switch statement is working. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment out our switch statement, because what they wanted us to do was convert our switch statement to a nested if statement. And then I'm going to uncomment out my nested if statements and see if I obtain the exact same results as previously displayed. So how many persons? I'm going to go for 3 persons. How many days? I want 2 days. There's the cost, 700. As you can see here, what I've done is I've said if the value of number is equal to 1, then the price is set to 150. Else if the number is equal to 2, the number of people is equal to 2, then the price is 250. And then else if the number equals to 3 or the number equals to 4, then the price is 350. And if all these other options fail, the default is 1000. So that would obviously mean 5. If we went to 5, it would easily default to the else, because there is no 5 in this range. So anywhere between 5 and 10. Alright, so that covers the first option, which we can see is correct. It's got our 350 times by the 2 days, which works out to be the 700. Okay, and then we want to execute. Now we want to test for 1 person at 2 days. We get our 300, which is our 150 times by the 2 days. Okay, and then the next test is we're going to test for our 2 people staying over for 2 days, and we're getting our 500. Just as a last measure, we can just test the default else statement, and as I said, any number that's outside of anything greater than 4 would give us an answer of 1000. So if we said 5 persons staying for 2 days, you can see it's giving us a total of 2000. I trust this video has been helpful and that it's hopefully helped you to understand both the case select as well as the else if statement. Good luck with the exams. Thank you. Goodbye.